Okay, so excited. I am just blessed to be with the people that are here on this Zoom, and then with my co-host, Jackie Maglaya, Chastity Marie, Stephanie Garachik. These are my core that I go to when I have questions or just need things done. Stephanie probably goes to me more. We joke about how she blows up my phone, but it's totally fine. I still love her. All right. So getting started, we have had the new, if you saw the email, new comp plan, amazing additions. One of my favorite things that stood out, honestly, right off the bat was the $400 Apple gift card for those coming in brand new, hitting 4K, because that brings everything back to the beginning to me, back to basics. Because when we first started this, the reward was an iPad mini. And Chastity and I both, our teams were earning these after us, but for whatever reason, she and I never got ours. And we kept blowing up the support email and all the things, and they finally sent us an Apple gift card. So I went and went to the Apple store with that gift card, and that helped me with my business. Okay. So you can use that for whatever you need to grow your business. And that was just that. We're getting back to basics. So getting back to basics. Now, I know there's been some questions because they did change a few things. And when you first read it, you're like, oh, what does that mean? And maybe go in freak out mode. I do not like change, y'all. So I completely understand. I empathize. But I'm also a very detailed person. So I dig in, right? And I figure out, what does this mean? What's going on? I called Jackie. I'm like, okay, let's break this down. And so I called Maria Dillard, we're all like, okay, what does this mean? And we're breaking it down. Now, one thing talking, going back to the Apple gift card. Well, now to be active, you need 200 PV, and to keep your rank above brand promoter, you need 2 customers. Well, what do we need to get free product? We need 2 customers. When you come in as a brand promoter, your goal is 2 customers. Well, we do have VIP 400, but your goal every month should be VIP 800, right? 2 customers, 2 promoters coming in, always on the new, because you never know when people are going to have life happen and they take a break or they quit their business or anything like that. So you're always in that phase 1, you're always in the new. So one thing that I love about Lavelle, and I know sometimes it's difficult because our compliance is very on it, right? Their goal is to make sure the company is never shut down. Their goal is to make sure that the promoters are staying in line so that we never miss our commissions. And that is something that with this increase or change in the active definition is so that we aren't on the FTC radar as doing something wrong. So having 2 customers is always going to be growing your business. Having 2 customers is going to keep us off of that radar. Anyway, so that I just wanted to touch on that. Now they did say our BV, let's see, Cliff just sent me a message. He's here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make him a co-host before we start all this. Our BV was lowered years ago on most of our products due to the increase of cost and all the things. And now they just basically caught up the remaining 3 products that now they're basically about all the same BV. So immediately, of course, we're like, wait, do we just get a pay cut? And it's legitimate and true to question what just happened, but digging in and finding out, well, now with the PV increase and with the 2 customers requirement, I believe, and Cliff, I'm just going to jump right over to you with this. I believe that from what I understand, corporate ran all the numbers. They didn't just like willy-nilly one day say, we're just going to change this. They ran all the numbers. They figured out bottom line, how to make it best, not only for them to not have to pass a massive price increase to our customers in the middle of all this crazy right now, right? But to also help our promoters not see a loss. Cliff, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Can you touch on that?
Yeah. And I know that's what everybody always focuses on, that one little BB thing. Like, oh my God, look what's happening. All right, first of all, it's 3 products. Okay, just men's and women's capsules. The vanilla single serve, the bulk has already been adjusted a long time ago, and it was balanced just in the bottle. And so it just smaller ones. And you're absolutely right. We didn't want to pass those cost increases over to the consumer, which is the customer on y'all's side, right? And so when we looked at that and we're like, okay, what does it do overall when we do actually right size? And we just bring those right back in line, but move that PV up. And in honesty, everybody gained. Nobody lost. Like unless something just weird happens in your business, which there's some possibility, with the PV increase, you will see the uptick actually in that situation, because there's quite a few brand promoters that's sitting out there that just have, they're doing the bare minimum to collect. And I won't say it's just brand promoters. There are other ranks that exist out there that are doing the bare minimum just to get by. And that's the way it was set up. So at those little kicks right there, it basically right size and flip the dynamic. And that way we can not have to subsidize and eat this from a company aspect, and B, we don't have to increase the cost to the customers, which that is one thing we want to be, we've only had one price increase in the 10 years of this company. So yeah, you look at any other industry that's out there, you go to the grocery store and you see how stuff fluctuates up and down dramatically. So we're trying to keep the cost down. We're trying to keep everybody happy and stuff like that. So it's a small change. It's not everything. And it's pulling it in line with where we're at on all our other products that are out there too. So, and it's just those. There's still a couple other ones that still exist at 100%. There's a couple of other shake flavors that are out there. Boost is still at 100. We just did those because we looked at where we were at on our pricing standpoint. And that's the ones that we were subsidizing. They just said, if we can change this, it'll help, it'll help the company out. And you change the PV, it'll help out all the promoters. So, and like I said, it is, if everything follows form to fashion and truth, you'll be perfectly fine. This is not going to massively impact anybody. You should come out ahead now. So.
And I appreciate that. And I think the biggest thing that we as promoters, our current job is that we need to make sure that we're going in and we're reaching out to our promoters and making sure, because guess what? That not everybody sees the emails, not everybody reads the emails, or they don't read it in detail, or they only read the first part of the email. So we need to make sure, and that is my goal right now to my level ones and my level twos that level ones quit, et cetera, is I'm going to make sure and reach out and let them know, hey, did you see the comp plan changes? Did you see the new requirements? And then I'm going to, let them get back to me and we'll have the conversation. But that is something that I think is our goal now between now and the 15th of the month, because that way, if everybody gets their 2 customers by the 15th of the month, then there's no stress, there's no worries. So if we can get that message out and get everybody on the same page between now and the 15th, I think that's a reasonable goal. And I think that is something that opens those conversations, and then it gets people active again too, right? Like, oh, well, what else is happening? What else is changing? Well, there's amazing new premium ranks. Jackie, I'm just going to toss that one right over to you.
Hey, so premium ranks, you guys, it is really crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but there is this thing called rate of run. If you guys are, leaders in the company and you guys have built for a while, we all have started at, we started as brand promoters, and it's kind of ingrained in our heads of how much volume we need to bring in every single month. And I updated mine for the month, and I added that 600K and million VIP rate of run to my list, right? It's going to take some time, but honestly, this opens up, so many possibilities for you guys here. And I know it could be overwhelming. Some of you guys are like, I'm not even at 200K yet, or I've fallen back in rank, or some of these things, but industry wide, right? There's other companies that are out there that have really, really crazy high ranks. We've always had the top of our company at 200K. The checks have always been amazing at 200K, really amazing incomes where you guys can live, pretty freely from home, right? And still have an amazing income, but 600K and 1 million, now that they're here, yes, they're going to be hard to get there. They are. I have touched bases with a lot of the leaders. Something that really stuck out to me with, the companies, when we got that call, that State of Lavelle call, and they said that nobody was currently qualified. It just gave us all new goals, you guys. But if you guys do achieve these goals in the future, it's just a bigger vision board, right? And right now, what I'm doing with my team, and what you guys can do too, is like, it is September, right? We're doing our vision boards all over again, especially the leaders, but it starts with everybody, right? And I'm going to talk about this and just the way that if you guys want to build a strong foundation that's going to last, you guys have to build from bottom up, right? You guys got to build your promoters who are at ground zero. You got to build them up to be independent. You got to build them to meet you halfway. In other companies and like opportunities and stuff, and even certain teams, like, there's a lot of people who are at the top that are heavy enrollers and they, work top down, but you want it to be a balance of both, right? You want to build your people from the bottom up. That way you guys are moving with momentum together. Okay. So, that's what I'm currently working on, from the top. Like, how do you guys achieve your goals, right? You are going to achieve your goals by helping everybody get to theirs. So really start with that. And I mean, it's, the new ranks and stuff that I've opened, it's basically, they've opened up 600K VIP and 1 million VIP, and they're going to give these amazing, crazy lifestyle bonuses, you guys, on top of our already amazing compensation plan that, if you guys are pulling in volume at any of those capacities, like your checks are crazy, right? They're already crazy. So when you add that plus the lifestyle bonuses, it's going to really do a lot for your families, you guys. So, that also, I'm going to actually jump into, I don't know if you want me to talk about it, but besides like 600K and million VIP, when you guys are looking at it industry wide, right? Other other opportunities and stuff, there's plenty of people who are looking for a home, right? And when it comes to the opportunity, we have such an amazing vehicle here with Lavelle. And the reason why so many people are scared, right, to leave their companies is because they want to see some kind of guaranteed income. They're not just going to up and leave, where they're at because they're comfortable. They're like, oh, I've built a team here. I've been here for like a long time. I can't make this move because of my families, even though, right, when they look at Lavelle, they might see our product, they might see our community. They're watching how you guys post. They're watching like, wow, they get auto bonuses at the second rank. They see these things, but they're not willing to make the move unless they're like, I need some kind of security, right? And that kind of goes into like the next compensation plan change. I don't know if you want to throw this to somebody, but the new rank advancements, right? That happens for like, new promoters when they're coming in for their next 4 months. It gives people a really good vehicle and like, if I do this and I achieve this, I am going to get that income, right? But yeah, do you have anyone for that, Amber?
Well, Chaz or Steph, if you want to jump on that. If not, Jackie explains all that so well. So if you want to let her just keep rolling with it.
Yeah, I know how to operate in my highest usage, and that is not my highest usage. So I'm going to let her do it. But, I have some great insight on just as Jackie goes into this. I want you guys that maybe when you heard about all this, you were overwhelmed and you thought, this isn't for me. This is for the Ambers and the Marias and the Jackies and the Stephs. Like, you immediately counted yourself out. So you may have you might be right there busy at your desk, not even looking up, because Jackie's talking about these, 600K millionaire, and this doesn't apply to you. But I need to have your attention. And I heard this the other day, and they said, if you're not naked or doing something inappropriate, unmute your screen so that we can see your face, so that we can know we're talking to you and talking to your heart. I don't know about you guys, but this is just, and I'm just going to say this because this, Amber, you kind of threw me in, but I was 18 years old when I screwed up my credit. I was 40 years old before I bought my first home, before I got a brand new vehicle financed in my own name, own social security number. For the longest time, I counted myself out. I paid higher interest rates. I got a used car. I got to tote the note because I didn't feel like I was worthy. And I'm going to tell you, friends, even now, being in a very secure position because of the stewardship of what we have achieved so far. I still sometimes when something comes up and I want to buy a piece of property or I want to invest in something, that limiting belief starts to rise up from that 18-year-old girl. And I have to remember where I am. I literally have to log into my credit report and go, girl, you've got a bad to the bone credit score. Like, you're not that 400 anymore. I can walk into to purchase something and they'll go, well, if the credit's good, and I can flip my hair and go, the credit's good. You don't have to worry about that. So as she goes into this, I want you to start assigning what bonus, what rank, what next transition for your family do you deserve? You're here. We're not talking, honestly, I don't feel like we're talking to the check collectors. The check collectors are not on this call. They will be calling us leaders when they don't get their check that they're used to collecting on Tuesday, every Tuesday, because they haven't logged into their office. Yes, I understand direct sales is built so you can build it once, build it right, build it tight, but that's not build it once, build it right, and build it forever. You're building something that you want to continue. And as long as you still have breath and a pulse, you're still working towards that legacy. So we are challenged. We are given something that's solid. In the industry, I've never heard of $40,000, $20,000 bonuses unless they're given a bridge, which means they're incentivizing someone to come over. Yes, I said that. That exists. And that's why the FTC jumps in people's crap, because they do things that are not legal. We are doing things to protect this livelihood and protect this lifestyle for a very long time. So what will you go out there and get? So as Jackie's breaking this down, if you're just working and you're just listening, I need you to take some notes because this relates and is relevant to you. So Jackie, I'm going to let you talk to us so that we can start really setting those goals and walking into this new promo like, we are worthy of this. We have the same opportunity. We're not being bridged. We're not being incentivized because we're a top leader. Everyone is on the same level playing field and it's go time. If you realize what you have here, you won't leave it on the table. So, all right, Jackie, let's talk details.
I'm going to interrupt real fast before she goes into there. Chastity, first of all, everybody go whoop, whoop, because
I'm on one.
That was some fire. Okay. Before we jump into the new bonuses for people coming in, I know this question has been all over the place. So talking about the new PV and the new customers. So, or the two customers. So the PV is $200. That can come from you or that can come from customers. But you also, in addition to the PV, need two customers. They do not have to be on auto ship. They do not have to be new. You just need two customers ordering each month. Now, remember, if they order on auto ship, you're going to get the referred too. So it's much better to have customers coming on auto ship. But if they're not, it doesn't matter. It still counts. So you have, let's do some math. You have two customers ordering. They each order a bottle of collagen. It's $30 or whatever it is, right? Collagen gummies. They order gummies. That's $60. Two customers ordering $30 is $60. Your makeup of that then would need to be $140 to make the 200 PV. So if your customers do it all by themselves, great. If you need to use your credits and place an order at the end of the month to make sure your PV is 200, great. You can use credits. It can be customers, does not matter. Cliff, did I miss anything on the 200 PV and the two customers?
Nope, that's perfect. I mean, 200 PV is easy, right? Just take 100 and double it. So there's that one's the easy one. There's been a lot of questions on the customers, and so I'll make it. It's any two customers. Doesn't matter if they're brand new. Great, love it. If they're existing and they just happen to order something that month, awesome. If they're on auto ship, which is where we want them all to be, right? That the set it and forget it type situation. Their Thrive shows up every single time. That's even better in that situation. Those of you that are, on our auto elite, right? You need 12 customers, constantly, you'll get it through that, right? So we didn't want to make it as, a PPA shot type things, because we know eventually you start tapping out your network sometimes here and there. And it gets, for people like Amber and Leanne and Maggie, you guys your entire circle of everyone around you, sometimes it's hard to find a new customer every now and then. But, so it's any customer order. It just has to be 2 unique customers. I say unique, individual. I use those interchangeably. It can't be one person buying 5 things. That doesn't count. That'll count as 1, then go find another. That's all it is. And again, when we looked at the data, majority of people were there, but as Chastity pointed out, this is a huge thing the FTC does look at is how much of your volume comes from your customers. And we're safe, but this just keeps us extra safe, a little further, cherry on top, just so when they look down and they look at us and they go, oh, yeah, no, we're gonna go look at these guys over here that aren't doing any of this type of stuff. But that's how it is.
Okay, perfect. And I'm going to answer another question on this, and I'm going to throw a request to you, Cliff, to work on for us. So yes, in your business snapshot, in your next rank progress circles, it does show just like normal, it shows you're working toward your next rank, and it does show 200 PV. So that circle has to be filled. What we are noticing is that your rank doesn't flip over until you actually have 2 ordering customers. Cliff, this is my plea, and it comes from the whole field. Can we add a 4th circle to that and it be 0 of 2 customers?
They're working on it right now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Because that just helps. That helps visual people. That helps me go, hey, well, show me your circles and I'll tell you if you have what you need or not. Okay. All right. So moving on to Jackie, talking about this is when you bring in new people, guys. Now we have something, right? We don't have to pay people or whatever. Hey, when you and your team and all your friends come over, this is what's available to you.
Okay, so yes, it's crazy. I'm actually the baby out of all the 4 hosts that are on here right now. It's crazy that I'm the one that has to do this, but you know what? I encourage a lot of you guys to if this is your jam, step into it, ask questions, get a mentor, study some of this stuff because it really does come in handy, right? I reach out to my uplines all the time when somebody else tries to give me some compensation plan. I'm like, hey, let me picking apart these compensation plans is a skill. And if it is your jam, step into it because you would definitely be a valuable player. But what else was I going to say? Oh, something I said in the comments too, just to circle back with what we were talking about with getting your PV. You guys try to kill as many birds with one stone as you can, right? If you guys have that 200 PV, try to get it through thriving for free through customers. That way you don't have to place your own orders and stuff. But if you do, placing your own order should be a backup. And of course, you should always be on the product anyways. So plan that out, right? Don't buy too heavy because you're trying to buy in, right? And overstock yourself with stuff that you are not going to move. Because if you guys think about it, you guys can only consume so much Thrive, right? You guys can consume 1 month at a time. So there's no need to overbuy and stuff like that. So really try to keep it try to kill those 2 birds with one stone, through customer orders and stuff. And a little tip for you guys, customer purchases is we get actually paid more commission on those than we do promoter orders. Okay. If you're just buying, especially a la carte. So a little tip for you guys, if you guys want to grow your checks, stop flipping people over to a promoter that don't really intend to be one. Okay. I know some people might build their businesses a little bit differently, but eventually, if you guys look at the long term and the longevity of our businesses and what your paychecks and stuff look like, some people are promoters that really shouldn't be, right? They really shouldn't be. Anyway, so with our bonus structured, our new bonuses, first of all, for the entire year, we have been so lucky with these rank advancement bonuses that have come for veterans. People who have been working their business. We had a really amazing season from January to April, right? We got it extended to the Make the Call campaign throughout the summer, right? We had that, and now they've extended it to us graciously until December 31st. I know that, there were talks about it being more of a permanent thing. And Cliff, I have a question. Okay, so I knew we heard it was going to be a permanent thing, but now we're seeing that it's just until December 31st. Is this something we're just trying out and seeing how it goes, or what's going on with that?
I want it to be permanent, but Jason wants y'all and Paul wants y'all. I'm using y'all specifically here because I am from Texas, but he wants to see it, right? He wants to make sure that everybody loves it and it's digestible and it's something that people pick up fire and they run with. Because If it's not, then we need to go back to the drawing board and figure something else out. Now, I don't know what would be better than these rank advancement bonuses and the overrides. Do not forget about the overrides that go with the rank advancement bonuses that everyone can participate in as well too. I mean, there's those, it's kind of like a, you know, a tag team situation in that. But yeah, it runs to the end of the year. But you know, I'm pushing everything on my agenda is to make them a permanent part of the comp plan. One of the things we have to kind of do is kind of make sure that our outside people that we actually, the smarter people than us that we engage with to work with, you know, and keep us in trouble are okay with that becoming permanent, right? Like right now I've got it as a promo, which is a great thing. But if I want to make it concrete inside the comp plan and all that, then those are a different little things and changes. So, you know, just focus on the here and now. Don't worry about that at this point in time. We got plenty of water to go under the bridge there.
Thank you, Cliff, for that clarification. And I mean, it's exactly what I figured. I mean, if they are going to add something into our compensation plan, they definitely don't want to take something away. So it is a big thing, right? It is a big thing and a big decision for Lavelle. And we have to show up, right? We have to show up and show them like, hey, this is a incentive that definitely works. It's something that is motivating us, right? It's something that is helping us bring new people in. It's helping people succeed. And more so too, like, you know, when you guys see this, so basically these rank advancements that are here right now, and we've been seeing quite a bit of them, right? If you guys have a brand new promoter, right, that has signed on, they will have 4 months from the date that they start to achieve some of these ranks and get some of these rank advancement bonuses, right? You know, all the fine print is there, right? Basically, it's like, you know, they hit the rank, they get the bonus, it pays out for X amount of months. They do have some things that they have to, you know, make it qualified, right? They do have to maintain it. These things, you guys, this is not a get rich quick business, right? It's not, right? There is work involved, but with the way that it is, right? It's basically grooming your brand new people to have better habits and last in this business, right? They're not just going to come in and just hit a bonus and be like bonus and in and out, right? We don't want that. We want them to stay. We want them to fall in love with helping people, really build the good habits that it takes to be a long-lasting promoter here at Lavelle, right? So, I mean, pretty generous. You know, so some of these things are like long, right? I don't know the dates exactly, but 4K VIP, let me see if it's down here, paid out over 8 months, you know, 12K over 10 months, 40K over 12 months, 80K over 14 months. Yeah, and then 200K over 16 months, you guys. So imagine having a promoter that hits one of these and they do sustain it for 8, 10, 12, 14, or 16 months. That is, you know, longevity to your business, right? And that's what you want. So it's really important to, you know, guide people the right way and let them know, like, it's, you know, we don't want to say it's easy. We want to just guide them correctly and tell them like, hey, great. Like, you know, take it step by step, you know, learn as you earn, right? And really help them build the better habits. Okay, Lacey has a question. Are there new rank advancements only for the people who start as September 1st? Make the call. So yes, there is, I think make the call was extended. So like if they had signed up, like, you know, if somebody during make the call signed up like in August, they extended the month. So they would get a total of 4 months to hit the rank. I think that's your question, Lacey. So basically anyone from like make the call, whenever they first start, they have 4 months to hit a rank to get one of those rank advancement bonuses. And they'll have trackers that are for the rank advancement. So it's just a good way to keep people on, but we have to train them correctly and keep them like, you know, plugged in, you know, staying close to the fire, still like, you know, actually building the business. Cause you know, these rank advancements, you guys, when we get these rank advancements, sometimes we'll qualify in the first month, but if we don't continue to maintain, then we're not earning the full amount, right? So you guys have to really set those expectations correctly for the brand new people coming in. But it is a great opportunity, especially business builders, you guys, and other opportunities that are looking for a new home, right? When they come over here, like they don't have a plan B, right? A lot of these people in network marketing, in real network marketing, they don't have a plan B. They make the company that they're with their home, right? So you don't want to just let them just come in and try it and get their feet wet. You want to guide them correctly. What else is there? Oh, another thing. Okay, so the override bonuses for this is huge. You know, I know that a lot of the leaders in the company, and it's not just for the leaders, but just imagine, right, that like you bring in someone that comes from a different company, they go 12K or whatever, right? And you have other promoters, you've helped 10 or 12 promoters hit it, and you're getting 100% override on someone who achieves 12K or 40K or 4K or whatever it is, right? You guys have the equal opportunity as a sponsor, right, to earn the same thing that these new people are coming in and able to get, but you're not the one actually doing the work. You're just holding them accountable, right? You're being a leader and being their cheerleader, right? That's basically what that is. So well, that kind of blew my mind too when I thought about it. I was like, man, these rank advancements, like, yeah, it's not my rank advancement, but guess what? If I help enough people get a rank advancement, I can be getting an override at whatever percentage, 10, 30, 60, 100 on all of those people, right? And of course, there are strategic ways to build your business. I mean, I know this isn't like a strategic business building call, but you guys, we have like really, really great leaders that if, you know, when it comes to it, if you guys are feeling overwhelmed with your business, like, oh my God, I have these people coming in, how do I keep them? Am I building correctly? It's time to sit with an upline, right? Somebody, a leader, and just be like, I need advice, right? I need your input. Can you see into my organization? Like, am I building this correctly, right? They'll give you some advice, but it's up to you to make certain decisions and get that advice, right? I can't stress it enough. There's, you know, Angela, I know she's on this call. She was somebody who just asked a million questions, right? Asked a million questions. Oh, great question, Melanie. How do you find out if your other uplines, if your first two are not responsive? You guys can message support. You tell them exactly the uplines that you know. They will tell you who else is in your organization that maybe you can reach up to. Support is great at that. They'll answer whatever questions you have, whether it's, you know, but yeah, they will let you know who's my next active upline. Like, tell them to give you a list of like the next 3, and they will do that for you. But anything else?
Well, I'll just touch on that question. Also, I've always told people when people come to me and they're like, I don't know who my leader is, I don't know whose team I'm on, my 2 people quit, blah, blah, blah. I always tell them, go look at your, and it's not called leader updates anymore. What is that called now? What's that called? Promoter news, right? Promoter news. Okay. So go look at promoter news and see who's posting in there. Because you'll be able to see. So if it says Sheila Fasoni and Maria Dillard, I'm going to know where to lead them to. You know, plus, like she said, you can ask support, but that's a simple, quick way. If it's a weekend and somebody's asking you, I don't know who my leaders are. Hey, go to this spot and let's see who's posting there. So
I have a question, Amber, just because I'm curious, because I always just see like you and Maria post. Is it different? So if I was on a different team, would they be seeing different leaders?
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I learned
Yes.
something new today.
Yes. So because that's from us, that's from your leadership. And so if you were under, I know, you know, another Mike Page, right? So if you were under Mike Page's organization, you would not see Maria Dillard or Amber Minquist. You would see Mike Page and whoever's in his organization. So it's always been just a real quick way to be able to see that. So I want to touch on this and I'm going to throw it over to Stephanie. I just turned off my iPad. Okay. So this is something that I have a snapshot of this on my phone. I've always had a snapshot of this. When people ask, so this is your rewards plan, it's a reward snapshot. When people ask, how do I get paid or how do I know? This is the most simple thing because you can read it, you can visually see it. And it tells you, the little orange bars tell you how you're getting paid. Is it placement tree? Is it sponsors tree? So one thing is people are always confused on sponsorship and placement. So when it says you need a certain amount of active legs, those are specifically placement legs. So that is talking placement. So you would literally just go to your My Team placement downline to see that you have those active legs. That is something we can get into later, but just remember, if you have questions, you can go here and then you can go to your cloud office and click and see how people are. Stephanie, I would love to hear from you. No F-bombs. What's your advice, people running. We've got new people coming in. Did she lose us?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi. I freaking love everything about it. When I first saw the change, dude, ask Amber. Amber was out to eat with Jason. She's like, hold on, give me a minute. What the F? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm out with my husband. I'm like, it's month end. You don't get a date night. Like, hello, you should know better. Legit told her that. And so all these questions coming in and then hearing from my team. And then I'm like, okay, well, I hate change too, but then looking at it with my husband, I'm like, okay, we need 2 customers anyways to thrive for free. So boom, thanks Cliff and team for making sure that automatically happens for us. And 2, I've had people come back with like, well, the 200 PV. Yeah. What about it? If you guys are struggling with having that 200 PV, really sit back and think in your business, what are you doing? And if you are struggling to get 200 in PV, legit, like everybody's saying right now, you've got to get with your upline. You've got to get with your upline. One of the biggest things that I've seen over the weekend that I kind of almost wanted to shake people with is with that 20% promo, I saw people using all of their credits, $800 in credits, $500 in credits. I'm like, you guys, with this new comp change, go incentivize 2 of your new customers, go help 3 of your 4 promoters to, get those 2 customers so they're thriving for free, and boom, that secures your 12K auto bonus. So be very, very smart, strategic. If you're thinking to yourself, oh, I can't, this is just for the big people. First off, there's no big people, there's no little people in this company. You can go as high as you want or stay exactly where you want. It's just about getting, using the voice God gave you. That's what I tell my team all the time. Keep talking about it. I had one girl that just came in just the other day, and she has already gotten out 21 samples. Her PV is over 1,000 already. I'm like, girl, I'm getting you on a freaking Zoom. Like, that's all you have to do. So many of us have had life happen over the summer. Every single person on this Zoom has had life happen. Okay, well, now we're getting on this schedule. Let's get back to the excitement, get back into the field. You guys, what if this comp plan can stay like this forever and we get these override bonuses? I'm like, hell freaking yes. Sign me up, because I know if you guys do the math, like Jackie said, imagine 100% off of a 12K bonus, a 40K bonus. Go add that up. That's going to be y'all's check on that second Tuesday. And that's where my mind is at. Like, hello, I want another Florida house. And that's what I'm running for. So set a big goal for yourself. I know so many people are also scared to talk into their stories or go live on Facebook about payday. Why? We joined this business for that extra paycheck. Today's payday. Get into your stories and talk about how blessed this business has done for you. I don't care if your paycheck was $25. That is a freaking tank of gas. That's diapers. That's 2 gallons of milk nowadays. I don't even know. Just share your excitement and what this opportunity has done for you. Like Cliff said, so many people are looking, or Jackie said, so many people are looking for a home. We got to keep sharing what is happening over here. There's nothing out there like what we have. So keep using the voice, and let's keep just showing corporate that we want the shiznits to stay. That's my game plan.
Okay, Cliff, write that down. We want this shiznit to stay.
From Steffi G.
I
Yeah.
feel like,
Is there a hyphen in there?
It's just,
Amber,
you know what? I'll email you again or text you with exactly how it should be spelled, and we'll just go on from there.
hey, and I really think, Amber, it's really our job in the field to, I can't imagine at this magnitude. Jason's probably like, let me see the numbers. I want to see how, when I launch this, now what is it doing? If we're thinking from a business perspective, because we're all building a business, we launched this and look at the momentum, look at the people that it resuscitated, look at the people that it brought back in and just said, hey, I have a new spark. So if we want to see something stay, we've got to be loud in the field by maximizing this opportunity. And one of the things I wrote down is I said, if you want to maximize the compensation plan, you need to master your conversation. So whatever that is, like Steph said, whether that's in your your feed, by your black and white text, or if that's with your videos, that's your story. If you want to maximize this compensation plan, you've got to master your conversation. And that's the conversation of what do people need and what do you have? People are looking for a solution. Maybe it's just a solution to have a better day, a better morning, be more productive. We can complain all day long about the gas prices and how my electric bill is going up and my water bill is going up. But I guarantee you those people don't give two craps about Chast's Facebook post, my complaining. It's just going to happen. And so we adjust, we modify our budgets, we modify our spending, we modify things. And so I think that if we want to see this stay, if we want to see this where we can aggressively in the field go, hey, you're a leader, you want to come over and smash it, you have the opportunity of a $20,000, $40,000 monthly incentive. Like, guys, look at that. That's more than some fields make in a year. So let's look at this and get loud in the field and say, we have an opportunity. Let's run with it. I saw all day today, people are back in school. How many of you are volunteers? You've signed up, you're involved in your school. You're going to be talking to the new mamas, the stressed out. It's first day of school for some of these mamas and they're already stressed the heck out. You need to be talking to them. They need a better night's sleep. They need a little bit of wiggle room. Now their kids are coming home with, I need an extra $5 here. I need to sign up for this. I need a little bit of this. Guys, this is the solution to their situation. So let's stop selling. Let's start offering a solution and let's get really good at mastering our conversation.
And remember, compliance note, that you cannot post dollar amounts, but you can talk about what we have going on here and reach out to me for the details type of thing, right?
Cliff, I have a question for you. So for those of us with the auto bonus and elite bonuses, when we look at our trackers and we see those 4 out of 4 promoters qualified and active, is that including the 200 and their 2 customers that they already have?
I'd have to check. You just stumped me on something. So let me look into that for you. But for the auto elite, I think, what is it, 12 customers on auto ship at that point?
Yep, for customers, yep.
Yeah, that should automatically, you're done, right? I mean, check the box at that point. So
but we need 2 personal on auto elite, we need 2 personal 12Ks. So what she's saying is making sure that is like live, not showing.
If we see those circles like 4 out of 4 promoters like that, we know they're good, so we can focus.
Yeah, yes, that is something that I have actually asked. Now I know what you're asking the question on, is to clean up the trackers a little bit, because sometimes it looks at the last month and it pulls over, and then right at the very last moment, that person does not do their order, and then you're like, wait a minute, I've been left to believe this entire time. So yes, that is something actually I was chatting with the team on Saturday on, just to see what we can do now to start cleaning these up, make them a little more real time, a little more, or at least show that, hey, you don't like maybe grid it or change the look and view, but it's something we're working on. Let me just quit stumbling over my tongue here. So
yeah,
thanks,
that is a huge, okay. So I know that as far as like auto bonus, when the promoters are active, it is current and live. And yes, it doesn't show up until they're actually active that month. But we saw this at the end of last month. And it just needs to, it has the fine print that says shows active, but may not really be active, after tomorrow. We need that to be live and true and show up when they actually become active. That is another huge plea from the field.
Yep.
I got one more thing to add. One more thing to add. It's just this was emphasized on the call, on the State of Lavelle call. I don't know if you guys heard it, but they did emphasize that personally sponsoring, people is going to be huge for your success here with Lavelle, right? Like it always has been, but even more so, right? Like when you guys get into some of the bigger numbers and long-term vision of how you guys are going to build, you guys are going to need 4 or 8 personal 80Ks in the future, right? Like I'm going to plant it now, because one day you guys will get there, and you don't want to be like, I never heard about it. Or like, you have maybe one solid 80K, but there could have been a couple of other ones that really could have been yours. And you don't want to miss out on that. And there's still so many ways. Like I'm just giving you guys that like insight now, right? personally sign your people, right? And personally help them. Being somebody's sponsor is a huge privilege and it's a responsibility, right? What else was I going to say about that? Oh, I have a quote for you guys. I posted it yesterday and it really is like, you guys got to believe that it's worth it for you guys to be here. And you guys also have to instill this belief for your customers too, okay? If you won't buy something you want because you think it's expensive, what you're really saying is that you don't believe you're worth having it. Okay, I want you guys to think about that, right? Like, so when you see these things, these big goals and these big ranks and stuff, you guys have to be like, feel worthy of that you're going to get it one day, right? And you're going to help enough people to get there. But more so for your customers, right? We have so many people who are just like, oh, like my customers don't want to buy it. Like, you know, it's just too expensive for them right now, right? But it's something that's so valuable, right? Your customers are worth having the energy every single day. And like, you know, you have to instill that value really into them. So just, you know, get out there and personally sign people. It's going to be, you know, it's going to do wonders for your business and for your checks. And, you know, for you guys that are on here, when you guys personally sign yourself, your checks are going to be like amazing, right? It's not the same thing as getting placements. You know, it's really easy for us to be like, I want to sign with somebody who's at the top. That way, like I can get stuff that's like dripped on down to me, right? Those checks are not the same, you guys. They really are not the same. And this is why I want to encourage you guys, when you guys are in this business, really think about building your people from the bottom up. Okay, because that's going to give you the bomb checks, right? Building top down is cool if you have that ability. And it's cool if you're assigned to somebody like that, but it's not the same as building from bottom up. You guys are really gonna, you know, people, they feel deserving when they've built it themselves, you know, not to say like, I mean, if you guys have a bomb up line that gave you something and like, man, that is a gift, right? That is literally a gift. I hope none of you guys ever take that for granted, right? Yeah.
Well, and I will say on that is don't automatically count yourself out of getting 2 customers or being able to sell to people. Get your own situation out of their pocketbook, right? So just a quick analogy, long time ago, if you know, my husband ran his own swimming pool business, did repairs, all the things. And when he had an employee, and he would come back and he would say, well, this heater, blah, 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 is broke at so-and-so's house. And he's like, you know, I told him that we would just replace this part, this or that. But Jason would ask him, he'd say, well, how old is it? Like, is it time, you know, no more tape and fix and all the things. And he's like, well, I don't know. A heater's expensive. And he's like, but did you show the customer, you know, did you ask him? Did you say, here's your options? We can do this and buy a new heater, or we can do this and just fix it for the moment. And he was like, well, no, because this is expensive. And so I've always related to that, right? Like you give them the option. We give them the option. You can buy retail, you can buy on auto ship, you can buy as a promoter. It's up to you how you want to join Lavelle, right? So you have to let them have the option. I always kind of cringe when people say, oh, well, I know they can't afford it, or, oh, I know they don't need the money, so they would never promote. I'm like, you don't know what's going on their doors. You don't know. Like nobody knew that I was drowning in debt. Nobody knew that I was crying in my closet 5 of the 7 nights of the week. Nobody knew. So you have to remember that people are not always sharing their dirty laundry. Yes, there's some negative Nancy's that share all their drama on Facebook, but most of the people do not do that. Okay. So you need to remember you have something people need. Chastity, I was not looking to bring her into the business. I saw she needed this product in her body off of a post she made, and I reached out. It's that simple. She made the decision to come on as a promoter. I didn't force that on her. I'm so glad she made that decision, but that I left that in her court. So, okay, Cliff, is there anything like there? I just stopped. Cliff, is there anything you would like to leave us with? Any extra little wow?
Yeah,
Want to tell us
like,
in Vegas playing?
I don't know. They've kept it from me because they know I would slip up on things like this. So it's been a Cami and Jason type scenario for that. And so I was like, look, I got enough plates that are spinning. I don't need to worry about that one. You know, go do what you can, right? What I would engage you with is, you know, continue to outreach to your friends and to your family and to all the new people that you're experiencing. The success of what you're able to do is what you build today. And so just look at it as I'm starting today, and I'm really going to start focusing people, and I'm going to try and get myself 2 new 4Ks. Set a realistic goal, because those 2 new 4Ks, when they catch the fire and all of this, you're going to benefit from it with the rank override. They're going to benefit from hitting their bonuses and such as well too. And it will build the long-term approach of what you're looking for. Yes, I love the 600K and I love the 1 million ranks. And I think that is for a lot of people who have been asking for them for a while. And it's a longer term goal. It's something to shoot for. All jokes aside, I look at the bonus payouts. I mean, who wouldn't like almost a $250,000 bonus on top of your normal commissions earning a year? Or who wouldn't like almost a $500,000 bonus, right? I mean, they're not moonshots to go after. They are doable, but it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a little bit of effort. So if you're just starting today, or if you're at 12K and you're looking up, yes, put it on your vision board. One day I will be there. 18 months, 24 months. That's me. I'm going to be grabbing that. But for right now, what am I doing in the here and present? So get those 12Ks, get those 4Ks growing, get people on Thrive, as we've always done, and you'll get towards it. Use the tools we're giving you. Thrive Connect app's a great way just to do the outreach. And don't forget about the mix and mingle. That's probably one of the funnest things that I've gotten great feedback. Shantae and the marketing team have done an amazing job with that. That will go through the end of the year is what I've asked them to do. So continue with those. Great opportunities to get some free products. But you know what it is? It's getting you in front of people. And that is what made Lavelle such a success, was people being in front of people. And so don't limit yourself just on virtual things. Get out there, engage and interact. It's fun. And, we're about to go into the cold weather season. So do it while you can at this point in time. But other than that, go be successful. I'm excited. I want to see a bunch of 4K rank pops. We get reports, every week of who's flowing, and I can look into it right then, from 4 to 12, and then I want to know who's going to be my first 600K, who's going to be my first 1M, and so I know there's quite a few people who are like, it's going to be me. Okay, prove it. I want to see it. So
That's awesome. Hey, that is another request from the field, by the way, to keep the mix and mingle rewards permanent.
Again, through the end of the year, yes. And the more it's engaged, the more that you use, the more that it's like it becomes basically that tool set that it helps, then the more chances that it just gets locked in, it's permanent, and we just roll forward from it. So, and we build upon it even more. So
Thank you so much.
The mingles, just the verbiage, Thrive and Mingle has been extremely powerful to get people to these events. I feel like it's more of a casual, it's a fun approach. And I've been seeing a lot of success with people actually, coming to them rather than thinking they're going to some network marketing seminar, kind of like really, professional kind of thing. I also wanted to add, okay, so Lavelle is 11 years old, right? I think it's Lavelle, isn't it September? September is Lavelle's birthday.
that is correct. We will be 11 years old this coming, I don't know the exact date, but it is September, yes.
So it is Lavelle's birth month, you guys. It's Lavelle's birth month. So they were, 11 years. And, now that we have these brand new ranks, right? 600M or 600K and 1M, if it took you 11 years or even 15 years or 20 years to get to either of those ranks, would it be any less sweet, right? Like, it's just, would it be like, I when I saw those, I'm like, man, I mean, even if it takes me 10 years to get there, damn, it'll be worth it. I'm only going to be like 46 by then. That is going to be a crazy income, like way better than any kind of like retirement plan that I would have got from somewhere else. And I'm willing to work for it because it's something that, helps other people. It's something I'm not going to be doing by myself. And, I love what I do, right? So when you guys like really think about that and stop putting a timer on yourself, right? Of how long it's going to take you to get to like this rank or that rank, and really just focus in on helping and loving what you do, right? Recharging when you guys need to. Cause I know I come on here and I'm talking, but I go through a lot of things myself, and I have to pour into myself, and I have to reach up to Amber, and I have to talk to Chas, and I have to, sit with Amanda. I have to do all those things. I have to stay close to the fire. I have to stay close to my team, right? I have to be at the events. I have to hear the news stories and stuff in order to keep myself aligned here at Lavelle, right? You guys have to do those things, and it's definitely worth it. But would it be any less sweet if you hit, the top of the company like 20 years from now? How old would you be 20 years from now? And if you hit that top of the company, like what would that still do for your families, right? Think beyond you. Like it's not just about you and you achieving the rank or whatever. That's something that like this, we have legacy business potential here where you guys can pass that on to your families. And you know, I mean, we just heard that our, you know, Paul retired like a year and a half ago. Like, you know, that's amazing. Is that not goals or what? Is that not goals? But yeah, think about how old you'll be. It'll be amazing. It'll be like, you know, take quitting off the table.
Yeah, he ain't retired, by the way. He said that just to see what type of rise he would get out of everybody. And, you know, trust me, I've been all weekend long. Hey, we've got I'm going to toss this out there. We've got Minnesota coming up this weekend. Sheila Sony and a great group of leaders are going to be up there. Amber, you're going to be there. I know that. So we've got a big event going on there. At the end of the month, we've got West Palm Beach that's coming up September 28th and 29th, which will be another fun, exciting time. I know a lot of people names I see on here will be there as well, too. But, you know, he's telling me constantly, he's like, all right, I'm going to start running a couple of mini promos that kind of engage everybody in this area. I think we've got another one in North Carolina that are coming. So, but yeah, but again, you can work as fast and as slow as you want to. And, you know, Paul's given the opportunity to do it, but he ain't retired. He's still here. Every day I hear from him. You know, some days it's not as many as the others, but yeah, it's fun.
That is awesome. And I love that, Jackie. Take quitting off the table. So guys, stop stopping. Take quitting off the table. You can slow down. If life happens and things happen, I mean, Chas and I work really well together when life happens and we pass the baton back and forth. And it's like, hey, I need to breathe and I can't handle this right now. And I take over. Vice versa. I do Maria. I give her my baton. Sometimes I'm like, I need help today. I need a minute and I need to breathe. And so yes, learn to rest, not quit. Chastity, any closing statements from you?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, like every single one of you are worth it here. And, you know, you have the opportunity to run with this and I need you to find that value. We can pour into you, we can edify, uplift and encourage you, but you've got to go back and reach deep and understand what is it? You know, it's no secret. Life has happened to me in the last year and a half. And when I was able to look up and catch my breath, I was able to go, okay, but I have something that I can continue to work towards. I have a foundation that is, even though it's shaken, it's not destroyed. And so what I know is that I'm going to continue to move forward. You're going to continue to move forward. But what we have to focus on is the people that got Amber to 1 million VIP, myself, all these leaders to 1 million VIP. Those are not going to be the ones that take us to that next level. We've got to look at, and if you're like me, I printed this out. I'm going to post this in our team page. I printed all the notes from before this. I'm a visual person. And I didn't go through here and look at, okay, as a 600 VIP, a 1 million VIP, I need those 6 personal 80K, whatever. I went back to the front and said, how many 4Ks do I need? How many 4Ks? Because when you ask me, what is the key to success? What was the key to us doing 1 million VIP? It was 4K and repeat. 4K and repeat. I know I hear that 12K is that sweet spot and I get it, but 4K and repeat. That is for me and my brain. It's easy for me to understand and it's easy for me to achieve. And that's what got me to 1 million and beyond. So take it from someone that has had the success. How do you duplicate it? You create those 4Ks and they create little mini fires, little mini excitement, and that they get excited and it just explodes. So let's get back to what we were doing in the beginning. And that was, yes, we were kind of annoying, but people are annoying anyway. So might as well get annoying with the things that are going to help them live their best life. So thanks, Amber, for leading us always with intensity and putting this together and being, guys, done is fun for me. The details, I can't, like, I need to carry a sheet of paper, but you've got to reach out with someone and say, okay, you know, Jackie, Amber, what does this mean? And then Steph and I, we're just the hype squad. So yeah, operate in your highest usage.
It's yin and yang. Paul has said that since we started this. It's the yin and yang, and find what works together, because if it was just all details, other people would be like, I don't get it. And so you've got to come together and find that sweet spot together to grow your business. And I love that we have found that in each other. Guys, here's the thing. Remember, keep the main thing. Go drip thrive on people. Go make new friends, make new relationships, and continue to drip thrive. I know somebody had said, well, I don't know how to make these new contacts, and I don't know how to keep relationships, and I don't want to just tell them buy my thrive. Well, I'm constantly making relationships and adding new people to my social media and to my in-person contact list. And then I'm always wearing my DFT, and I'm talking and sharing Thrive on my Facebook. And so then they're reaching out to me. Like, yes, I still make reach outs, but at the same time, those people are then reaching out to me because they've seen me post enough about Thrive that they're like, okay, is that for real? So just remember, keep growing your network, keep reaching out, keep posting and dripping your Thrive. You're not annoying. Now, you are annoying if all you post is Thrive. Make sure that you're living your life and you're drawing people to you while dripping your Thrive on those pages at the same time. Then you're going to get the customers. You're going to get what you need to grow this business. Thank you, Cliff, so much for being on. Thank you, Jackie, Chastity, Stephanie, and everybody that has spent your time with us. Today is Tuesday. It is 12 o'clock Central. So go make those compliant payday posts.
Thank you.